Well, hello, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up.
So, I lost all my hair, as you can see. Finally got back to the shaved look, and I fucking love it. I was tired of having all that fucking hair because it's just, I don't know if it's just like me and hair or what it is, or like just the way my hair grows, but it's a pain in the fucking ass. Anyway, I shaved my head. Wife hated it for a whole minute. I think she's finally starting to get back to like being used to it. So I'm on my 4th load now. Ryan's not with me. He is in Chicago with his brother. As of the recording date right now, yesterday he had like a pinning ceremony. He's in the Navy. So he was staying with him doing that, and I'm running this load by myself this time. I just got back on the road after my 8-hour break. I'm only 2 hours from the dealership, so 8 hours fine. So this trailer in specific on, let's see, today is, I think, like the 21st of February. And then I think it was like on like the 17th or something like that is whenever we were originally supposed to take this. We couldn't because, you know, the tire was low, so we pulled it out to our staging area, and it was just completely fucking, like, fucked. Because we put my little air compressor thing that I got on it, and I think we probably sat there for about 10 minutes and it never went up. And then that's whenever Ryan noticed that it had a bolt, like an actual bolt, not a nail, not a screw, a bolt, sticking on the inside sidewall of the right rear tire on this trailer. So I said, fuck it, it's Sunday, dispatch isn't going to be open, so let's just go ahead and put it back into its spot. So we put it back into its spot, and when we did that, you know, nothing, they didn't roll on the bead or anything like that. It had enough air in it to put it back into its spot. So we put it back, called the dispatch, left them a message, and then a few days later I come back to it yesterday, and they said, yeah, it's fixed. It's in there in the notes. They already fixed it. And I get over there, sure enough, it's holding air. So, granted, there's probably like 6 inches of mud everywhere. I'm not fucking crawling around on that shit. I got a good video footage of me going around it, like doing my pre-trip checks, making sure that there's no other damage or anything. That way I'm not liable for it if there was. Everything looked great, so I hooked up to it and put all my pins in and shit, and off the way I went. And I got probably about an hour and a half to 3 hours down the road. I'm glad that I finally, like, I probably wasn't out of the storms for maybe more than 20-30 minutes, and the fucking tire blows out, the same exact one. Now, I know that there are coincidences in life, but I don't fucking believe them. Like, it's rarely ever a coincidence, especially in this case. Like, they're not saying that, you know, it was my fault or anything like that. They haven't told me anything yet. But something tells me that this guy on a trailer tire, which is only between like either 2-ply or 6-ply, which is really low, had sidewall damage. This guy either tried to plug it or patch it, which you don't fucking do. Like, I'll show you a picture here, and you can see like the whole tread pattern in the center tread, just separated from the sidewalls. Okay, and this is a double axle. It's not like it's putting a shitload of weight on that rim. It's not like it pinched it off. So, anyway, it took me about 15 minutes, guys. Like, if you know what you're doing and you have a like an electric impact, you can get a tire change on a trailer on the side of the road on a slight, you know, angular incline. You can get a tire change real quick. It took me 15 minutes. That's including getting out of the truck and getting back in the truck. 15 minutes flat. It's not hard. But anyway, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you today about was, you know, since I've started doing this, what are the key factors that might limit you from taking a load? So number one, since you're going to be doing this out of Indiana, the biggest factor is going to be weather. The wind isn't so bad as long as you're either going south or east. If you go west, you have to pay attention to the weather, because Chicago, Windy City, they're not lying. Like, any crosswinds over 25, 30 miles an hour, you don't want to be hauling even a fifth wheel. If you are, go slow. Please, for the love of God, go slow. Because you can get some death wobble in there, and the next thing you know, you're just going back and forth, and you start slapping the side of your body, your truck, and then that's it. You know, it's all over from there. Second thing is going to be weather. Did I say weather? Yeah, I said weather. Your second thing is going to be time. Especially if you live all the way down in Texas like I do. You can request loads going to your state of residence. That way, whenever you get done dropping it off, you're 30 minutes from home. You just stop in, stay the night, get a shower, spend time with the wife and kids, things like that. The only problem is that you have to keep in mind your travel time back and your travel time to your state. A lot of these places, they're only going to be Monday through Friday drop-off hours, and from, like, on average, I think it's like 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I got lucky with this one. Its drop-off time is 4 o'clock. Otherwise, I'd be pushing it by like an hour. So you have to try to, like, plan out your routes, when you're going to take it, when you're going to take your breaks, things like that. This is that's where having a good co-driver comes in handy, because you don't have to stop for an 8-hour break. That is, if you have the legal sleeper berth, yada, yada, yada. I messed up by getting a single cab, guys. I should have got the 2500 or 3500 quad cab. But anyway, that's a different story. That's still in the making. So, anyway, those are just a couple of little things. Other than that, really, it's like the companies are going to prefer to give loads to people who, they put in their time, they pay their dues. They take the shit loads. They take the loads that require them to go to, places that have ungodly highway paving. I've learned that Ohio, and I'm sorry if anybody was watching this in Ohio, fuck the roads in Ohio. Like, the highways were worse than washboard. I'm pretty sure, like, no lie, I was driving down the road, right, doing 60 miles an hour. I never do over 60 whenever I'm hauling a trailer. Going down the road, and I hit a pothole so fucking bad, my alignment was just fucked. The pothole was like right as you got onto a bridge, like right where the bridge meets the road. I was like, shit. I get to the end of the bridge, hit another fucking pothole, and it fixed my alignment. Like, these potholes are no joke. You could probably hide in one of them and not get run over. So, be mindful about things like that. Like, you're gonna have to take shitloads. They're gonna prefer people who have already paid their dues in this industry. If you're taking load for like 20 days straight, like I'm doing, and then you come off for 10 days and you do that again 20 days straight, and you take maybe even 5 days off the next time, then do another 20 days straight. When it gets down to the time of the season where there's not as many loads going out, they're not going to give them to the boots, basically. They're not going to give them to the new guys that they've only run 10, 15 loads that year, or that season, that is. They're going to give them to the guys that have already run 60, 70 loads for that season. Because, one, they're going to be a lot more experienced. They're going to know what to look out for. They're not going to know how to drive. Two, if a problem occurs, they're going to know how to handle it without having to constantly be up dispatch's ass. Three, a lot of these dealerships, you'll end up making almost back-to-back loads to. And they like seeing the same face over and over. It's especially if that person already has a good rap sheet, then they're going to prefer that you send that person rather than some new guy who doesn't know what they're doing. Because as soon as they see a new guy roll up, they're like, shit, alright, let's give this thing a good once over. And so they check it bumper to bumper, top to bottom, inside it out, left to right. So that's pretty much all I got there about limiting the loads. Guys, there's money to be made. Me and Ryan running teams, working 20 days a week, averaging only 50 miles an hour, running with the sleeper berth, so non-stop, at $1.33 a mile. And it's $1.33 for me because I pay for my own cargo insurance. Worst case scenario. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually earning $1 a mile. So that's giving you a 33-cent per mile fuel charge, which if you're getting worse than that, that's crazy. So earning $1 a mile, 50 miles an hour average, 20 days straight. Worst case scenario, me and him are taking home $7,500, working 20 days a week, averaging like the slowest highway speed I think is allowed on a lot of these highways, making $1 a mile. Now granted, that's not with oil changes, but from what I've learned, the 33 cents per mile will go, if you're including your tires, your fuel, and your oil changes in that, and your other regular maintenance, that 33 cents pretty much goes to that. So you can expect to make $1 a mile. But you're going to be doing more than 50 miles an hour most of the time. You know, if you have a brand new truck, they can handle pretty well, like pretty comfortably, up to like 65, even 70 miles an hour hauling a travel trailer like this one. This is a Wildwood Extra Light, or X-Light, whatever you want to call it. It's a 26-foot trailer. I think the gross trailer weight rating on it is, I think it's like right around 7,500. I think the trailer only weighs probably about 6,000 pounds. And there's no crosswinds right now, and it's fucking beautiful. I mean, the axles aren't all the way at the ass end of the trailer. I mean, all the way up, you know, on the ass end of the trailer to where you're getting 18-wheelers driving by you, and they end up pushing your trailer this way, which pulls you this way. And I shouldn't have done that. It almost seems like they're sucking you into the trailer. They're not sucking you into the trailer. As soon as the cab gets up to your truck, it'll push you back out. But what it's doing is whenever the cab is up next to your trailer, in between the rear axles of the trailer and the tongue of the trailer, it pushes it away. But you got to remember, your truck's pivot point is at your rear axle, which is in front of the pivot point of the trailer. So it's going to do the opposite and go towards the trailer. So you'll learn after about an hour and a half of dealing with that, going down to Texas, it finally clicked. You know, like you can, out of your peripherals, you'll see the 18-wheeler in the mirror, and you'll instantly know, like, okay, and correct, and come back. Like, you know exactly where the 18-wheeler is going to be at, and like how to drive it. Now, a lot of the 18-wheeler drivers, they understand what it's like pulling a travel trailer or bumper pull like this. So what they'll do is they'll get all the way over to the left-hand lane. They're not being cocky, all right? They're not saying, oh, gotta watch out for this guy. He's a trailer transporter. You don't know what he's doing. No, they're actually being courteous. I talked to one today, an 18-wheeler driver. They know, they understand. Like, those trucks put off a shitload of wind, and whenever you have a big-ass pivot point that's basically a kite on one end, they're courteous enough to get over. Now, from what I've learned, every UPS guy, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They will get within 6 inches of you and then blow past you at 70 miles an hour, and you have to like fight the wheel to not overcorrect to go right, or overcorrect or undercorrect, and you end up slamming into the side of them. So UPS drivers, yeah. Anyway, other than that, that's going good. We got to go out to Lake Erie a few days ago whenever it was freezing up there, and we actually got to walk on Lake Erie. I'll put that footage in here now. Let's see if I can do a little voiceover here. Guys, it was the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen in my life. It was totally surreal standing on the ice and looking out and seeing nothing as far as the eye can see other than ice. Like, I've been out to the ocean. I understand the depth of the ocean, but the depth of ice is just absolutely eerie, pun intended. I wanted to go out farther, but I've heard horror, like my whole life I've grown up. Any movie that you see where somebody's walking on ice on a lake, they fucking fall in. So I was like, nope, I'm good. But yeah, it was gorgeous. I mean, I'll put in some shots here of this waterfall that we got. Ryan standing next to it for size comparison. mean, it was absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this job. You know, I'm getting paid to travel. Granted, I'm getting paid to deliver. But along my travels to deliver, I can stop. I can smell the roses. I can take pictures. I mean, it's only a matter of time until I get a load going out towards the Grand Canyon and Vegas and all that shit. I can't fucking wait, man. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, guys, it's definitely a career for those of you who love the sight of nature in its finest. You know, it's what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's the last, like, not frontier. It's the last career one of the last careers that you can get, that you get paid to travel, but you're not selling anything. You know what I mean? You're not a traveling salesman. Yeah, they got paid to travel. No, they got paid to sell. Okay, they didn't give a shit about what everything was looking like. All right, they gave a shit about what was in your wallet. We don't do that. You know, we're not selling these things. What are you doing? This woman just like walked out of the woods with like, she was holding like a jacket as like a basket full of something really heavy, and it's a little weird. Anyway, I didn't just see a witness a baby murder or anything. Work and play. What was I saying? Yeah, this is like one of the last jobs that you can get where you're actually getting paid to go out and travel. Granted, you're not getting technically paid to travel. You're getting paid to deliver a product. But along your way, you don't have deadlines per se. Granted, they don't want you being gone for 10 days at a time with a trailer, because one, that looks bad on the company, two, they're like, where the fuck is our trailer? And once you drop one off, you don't have to come back right away and pick up your next one. You know, wherever the town or city is that you stop, you can stay there, be a local for a day or two, you know. And I love the fact that you have that option in this industry. So anyway, guys, one thing that I've been thinking about doing for videos is there's a lot of really fucking weird signs on the road. You'll see like health advertisements that are horribly racist. A lot of church billboards that are like horribly fucked up. A lot of like road highway signs with the weirdest fucking names in the world. And I've been thinking about maybe doing like a video compilation of me like doing like quick little segments of basically just, I don't know, either making fun of the sign or doing like a weird impression or making a very obvious interpretation but not the one that they were going for kind of situation. But if that's what y'all might be interested in, you know, let me know down in the comment section or leave a thumbs up on this video. I greatly appreciate it, guys. If you haven't yet and you might be interested in it, please subscribe. I'm almost at 50. I'm at 49 subscribers as of the recording of this video, and it would be kick ass. All right, like it'd be kick ass if we could get up to a full 50 subs. That's halfway to 100. Like, that's awesome, guys. Like I never thought that I'd even really get this far. I thought it'd be like around like 22, 23, and then just kind of like cap right there. So, I mean, there's enough y'all already that I know that, like, you know, y'all like my content, y'all like what I'm doing. And for those of you who started following me whenever I was making only like supermoto and motorcycle videos and things like that, I will still be doing that on my home time. So once I get my foot in the door here and I get, you know, about 2 months into it and I've got like all of my, you know, startup fees and things like that paid for this company, not for the company but for like my truck and things like that, my insurance, I'll be taking a full 10 days off. I'll be going back to doing those kind of videos and things like that while I'm at home. Plus the weather's gonna be getting better, so I'll be able to ride a lot more too. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, anyway, catch you guys later and stay saucy.